Hey, what's happening, Roland? Well, today I'm at Felsmere Fishing Headquarters, and hey, my buddy,
Hey, Roland.
Pat Kelly. That's my main man, and we're going to give him a little update on what's going on around here.
Yeah,
But first I was going to talk about Okeechobee.
Yeah.
Because I was over at Okeechobee the last couple of days, and you're an Okeechobee guy.
Oh, yeah.
And the sad part about it is that Okeechobee's not fishing as good as we're at Headwaters. We're going to give you a good report about Headwaters, but I can't give you that good a report on Okeechobee. I was down there. You were down there last week, and I was down there guiding last week, and some days we only had like a dozen or 15 bass or something, and nothing real big. But yet we came here, and that was this last Saturday and Sunday. It was a cold front. The cold front hit here too. What happened what happened that Monday with that cold front?
Well, so it was. This place is different. It's nothing like Okeechobee. I don't know, and I'm not sure what the difference is, but I know in Okeechobee, growing up, we would hate for a cold front to come through because the fish get lockjaw. They feed up before the cold front, and then during and after the cold front, it's hard to get bit.
But wasn't there a 10-14 caught Monday?
So that's my point. It's just weird because now here the guys go out and by 8:30 in the morning, that as soon as they got here, at 10 pound 12 ounce, he sends me a pic.
10 pounds and 12 ounces. That was
they
on
ended
a
up with
real
60
cold day here at Headwaters. I got here that same day, and I went out the next day. And here was the funny thing about it. That was Wednesday, I think. But what happened Wednesday was I had 8 dozen shiners. Remember, that's about 100 shiners.
Right.
We caught 70 bass.
Right.
We caught 70 bass on 100 shiners.
Yeah.
It was so good that sometimes we'd get them back, old dead ones, and throw the dead ones out, and they'd bite the dead ones. But the point was we had a 7.5, and we had a couple 5s. But the point was it was just before the cold front.
Right.
Now, then what happened yesterday? I had Lane Kenny, a guy that I've had out here at Headwaters before. We catch 40 or 50 bass, and I had him. The cold front hit that day, and that night the night before last, it got down to what, 40?
42.
And I made Lane a deal. I said, Lane's an ex-game warden from Panama City, and he really does good. I said, Lane, if we don't catch 30 bass by noon, and this was yesterday.
Yeah. If
we don't catch 30 bass by noon, I'll take you in and we'll take the shiners back to Pat, and we'll make it another trip another day. So we got out there, bam, we caught a mudfish, a couple small bass. Nate, another guy, he normally catches 40 or 50 bass a day. He only had 2 little ones. We only had a couple. It got to be 9 o'clock, and I told Lane, I said, it's too windy. I mean, it's blowing 40 miles an hour. It was cold, and I didn't have enough clothes on.
Yeah.
We'll just schedule another day. But I told Lane this, and I said, Lane, they'll bite this afternoon. This was yesterday. And we left at 9 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, those guys that just left, what happened to them? They went out there. Yeah. They said, Roland, they bit really good in the afternoon. I said, how much you catch? They said they caught 50.
Yeah.
These guys went out there.
I was going to tell. I didn't want to tell you, but the North Carolina guys caught 60 yesterday.
Well, and the guys with the boat next to mine?
Yeah, and those guys caught.
They caught 50.
Yeah. But
it was an afternoon bite. The whole thing was, when we got out there to Lane, it was also current with the water temperature. It was 62 degrees yesterday morning when I left the dock, 62. Right. By the time we left, it had gotten up to 64. And I think by noon, it got up to about 66. So that's when they started to bite.
No, right, exactly.
Yeah, it's all a matter of water temperature. Right now, the wind's blowing pretty hard, but the guys are out there, and they're catching fish right now.
I have to go run 3 dozen shiners out to one of the guys.
So the point is, the cold fronts are something you need to avoid. You can't always avoid them. But when the water temperature is in the low 60s, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
As soon as it gets above 65, I'd say 65 is the break point.
That sounds right.
And then, like yesterday afternoon, the afternoon before that, the afternoon was just fantastic. Yeah. We were just catching them 2 at a time, 3 at a time.
Yes.
So we were really doing good. So I think that the whole key to if you can watch your weather forecast, and I pull it up on my phone, I get a 15-day forecast. If you can avoid that water temperature is getting below 65, that's the whole key.
I agree.
I think you can do that.
I agree.
Now here it is. It's what's the 15th or so of December, or 16th or
13th,
something.
Yeah.
And anyway, it's the second week of December. And there's a cold front. Was there another cold front? No.
I think it's warming up. I haven't heard of one. I mean,
it's supposed to be warming up the next couple of days. It'd be 75. It's supposed to be 72 out here this afternoon.
Right.
So that's going to be all right.
I see the 80s next week. Tuesday and Wednesday, and some rain coming.
Tell me, there's some guys that fish artificial as well. What's going on with the artificial bite?
Well, the guys have had this fish real slow, Cincos, flukes, and there has been a really good punching bite. Steve caught it 8.5 just last week.
Yeah.
But the punching bite has been fantastic. And we're using 1.5 ounce weight, small creature bait, black and blue seems to be the color. I mean, we threw a couple other colors the other day, but it was black and blue that was catching them.
You know, it's funny. I fish all over the country, and so do you. Black and blue seems to be the number one color.
It sure
for
is.
Punching. I don't know why.
It sure
and
is.
For Cincos, the green pumpkin's good, but for a punching weight, I don't know. Black and blue seems to be the deal.
They love it. They love it.
All over.
They love it.
Everywhere. So there is a fair lure bite, but I'll say this. And the other day when we caught those 70 bass, we caught a couple on lures, but you're not going to catch as many.
No, not
if you want a trophy bass, or if you want a lot of bass, you're going to have to fish shiners. But if you want a good day and you punching in, you'll get half a dozen good fish, and it'll be a worthwhile day even with lures.
Absolutely,
but not as good as the shiner.
Right,
shiner's just going to be better. It's going to be a better deal.
I agree.
And what other big bass were caught this week?
It was a couple over 8, that 10, 12 that he got. There was several over 7. I heard of a couple 6s yesterday.
Okay.
Just the big fish are pushing up. I mean, it's getting to be that time of year, and
well, see, the full moon's starting to grow,
and
usually on the full moon periods when it's warm enough, they get looking for a spawning area.
That's right.
So
that's right.
So the next couple of days, with it warm enough, there could be some fish halfway spawning.
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
That's when you get really the big ones.
Oh yeah, it's coming. It's going to be a great season.
Well, you know what I noticed? Headwaters is catch and release, and almost all the bass that I'm looking at that I see, say in the 5-pound class, you can often see that they've been caught before. Not all the time.
Yeah.
But maybe half the time.
Oh, absolutely.
Those fish have been caught before.
Absolutely.
So that's really a good thing.
For sure.
I mean, we can't really complain about catch and release.
No, we can't complain about anything.
The other thing that on shiner fishing, it's a circle hook requirement, and so I like the circle hook because I get these little short shank ones, and even if they swallow it and have it down their stomach, I can take a pair of pliers and go through the gills, particularly on a big bass, a 5-pound or better. I can go in and just turn the hook 180, and it comes out so easy, and I just don't kill them.
That's right.
And I'm so careful. I'd say 100 bass that I'll catch on the shiners, maybe you'll kill one if you hit a blood vessel. Sometimes you hit some kind of a artery and they bleed or something. We don't see a lot of wounded fish out there. I think everybody does a really good job with that. And they're fat and healthy. It's a good lake because the fish have a small mouth and a big fat body.
Right.
So they're healthy.
Yeah, it's funny because that 8-pounder that Steve caught, when he pulled it out, there was a huge fin in its gullet.
Okay.
And then when he kind of pulled it out, it was about a 10-inch crappie.
Oh. Did he weigh it with the crappie in or out?
Yeah, weighed it with the crappie in there.
In tournament competition, if you have a fish that's half digested, you can weigh the fish in like that,
right,
if that's the way you caught it.
Right.
Anyway, folks, that's kind of what's happening down here. It's been really a great season so far. And your season's kicking off as good as it ever was. This is your 4th year here.
Yeah.
And you've changed your name now.
Yes.
So your new name is Felsmere Fishing Headquarters.
Correct.
And so that it was another name.
That's right.
So we got it here, and you're right here next to the Watering Hole restaurant.
Yep. Watering Hole
on the
Bar and
very
Grill.
west end of town, right on 512. This is 512 going to Felsmere. Yep. And it's only 12 minutes out to the lake.
Yep.
And Garcia is right down here, and then you have
Stick Marsh. Blue Cypress is right down the road.
Oh, and by the way, it's a good thing. They've just kind of halfway repaved the road. Yeah. And so the big problem with so many guys with these really nice boats would come along and get their boats all dusty and dirty, and that's now not a problem.
That's not going to be a problem.
So you can get your boat in here without getting it all messed up and dusty and dirty, because they have, for that 5 miles out to the Stick Marsh.
Yeah.
It's a new pavement. It's not solid pavement, but it's a material that doesn't dust.
Yeah.
It's really good. So it's really kind of cool.
Yeah. Fun.
Okay, Pat. Well, thanks for the update. It's been a great season so far. And folks, hey, thanks for watching. That's the update of the week. It's the second week of end of the second week of December. Hey, and hit that likes button, because I tell you, that's what makes this whole thing work so well. And folks, we'll see you again soon, and thanks for watching.